Roundabouts and Swings. This came in as a request, and I had never heard the whole song until today. I finally gave it a listen, and yeah, I learned it. I've got a chord chart for you below, and yeah, I guess let's just check it out.
What you lose on the swings, made on the roundabouts. Here right now, you treasure the ride. 'Cause the fat lady sings. You lose on the roundabouts and on the swings. You lost you.
Okay, so we're in G major here, and the first thing I want to talk about is the time. So let's listen to this.
What you
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the song's in 6/4 time, and that's very cool. But you have to be real careful. There's one part where it goes to 3/4. So listen.
here right now, you treasure the ride. 'Cause cometh the hour.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got to be real careful on the Fat Lady Sings. There's a chord change, and that's in 3. Okay, and then you also have to be careful counting at the end. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1. Right? So it looks to me like there's one bar of 3/4 kind of in the middle of that, 2 bars of 3/4 right before we go back to the first beat on the verse. Okay, so be careful with your counting here. Now let's go through the chords. Real simple. Starts off 1, 2, E minor 7, C add 9, G, right here and now, da, 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 da. D sus4 to D, da, da, da. E minor 7, Fat Ladies, 1, 2, 3, A minor, da, 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 and on the swings. And then back to the one chord, which is E minor 7. So, real simple. You just got to be real careful. Fat lady sings. 1, 2, 3. It's a quick change there. Okay. So again, 1 bar of 3/4, and then right at the end, there's another bar of 2 bars of 3/4. E minor 7. Come to G. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Right. Okay, so be careful with your counting. All right, so that puts us into the verse, and let's go through that. Now, there's one chord in here that's a little weird, and we'll talk about it all here after we go through it. So let's check this out. All right, really nice. So you can see the chords are up. Real simple. C add 9, G. So on the Buck for Your Bang, he does a G add 2 and pulls it off to a G. So the G add 2, you just make a G chord and you add that A note there, right? Buck for your bang. And then there's a D sus4, and then you play just the high F sharp note and then go to an E minor 7. So the whole part is. Okay, to an E minor 7. And then trust that you never will. C at 9 to G. From your yen. That's a D. And then A minor. Down on your left hand. That's the weird chord. Is the B minor over D. So it's a very sparse sounding thing here. So it's like in from your hand, devil on your left hand, down on your right, to A, C, the glorious fight, and on a B7. And that's the voicing you want right there, right? That standard B7 voicing. So we need to listen to some of this in a little more detail. Right there, okay? Buck for your bang, listen. Okay, C, here's the G chord. Now listen. Right there. There's that change, okay? So, and then D sus4, F sharp, high F sharp, to an E minor 7. So you don't have to do that little G add 2 part, but that's what's going on in the song, and I'm supposed to be teaching these songs, so that's what he's doing. Now keep listening for this B minor over D chord here. Alright, A minor, E minor 7, here we go. So the piano is just playing 3 notes there, and it's a D, a B, and a D. So I'm looking at that as a B minor over D, and it's a really weird one. And then it's preceding that A chord, and you can hear the piano goes, and then it hits a high A note and brings it down to an A major chord, which is outside the key, but very nice. Right? You can hear that high E, that high E ringing against that C sharp. So listen to that again. Listen. You hear it? So it's a weird one, right? And it doesn't really sound like a great chord. It's a very basic chord. So you want to strum real lightly. Devil on your left hand, God on your right. What a glorious fight. Right? So you want to go real light on this. Now there is another way that you can do this last part if you want to get a little bit more oomph in there. Just show you another way you can play these chords. Okay, we're going to go to D after this. Up here. E minor 7. B minor over D here. Down to A, up to C, B7. Right? So you can do it that way. There's your B minor over D. It's actually a B minor. I'm playing it as a B minor 7 here. But you can throw your B minor chord right here and then throw a D on top of it like that. It's kind of a hard chord to do. We've talked about this chord before, like in James Cagney. He did G minor over B flat. So you could do that if you wanted to, but I would just stick with a light approach and do it right there. It doesn't sound great, but you know, kind of is what it is. So that's the verse. Very, very cool. And then we just go right back to a chorus here. So let's, same chords as before. Just watch the ending a little bit on this.
Is fine. What you lose on the swings, on the roundabouts. Right now, the treasure ride is coming down. The fat lady sings, lives on the roundabouts, on the swings.
So the intro and the chorus are the exact same chords, except right at the very end when you hear "Who's on the roundabouts and on the swing," stay on the G, then to a C, back to the G, there's a quick D. Another bar of 3/4 there, and then that takes us back to the verse, which is E minor 7, and the song repeats from there, and it's exactly the same. Again, chord chart below. There's nothing else you need to really know other than at the end of the second verse, as we go into the chorus is repeated at the end. And he just goes directly from the G to the E minor 7 between choruses. So let's listen to that. Let's find it here. C, right to the C minor. So you see what he does there? He just goes right from the G to the E minor 7. Listen. And then the very end, he just ends on a G. Listen. Yeah, right there. So the end is, let's listen to that again. Oh, interesting. Hold on. I didn't listen to this. So here's what he does. He just repeats the A minor part. You'd think I'd listen to these songs before I make videos. Yeah, so he just repeats the A minor. That's the song. Thanks for the request. I hope I got it right. Have fun.